You've installed Git on your local machine, set up a GitHub account, start making projects and tracking all changes in a local repo, and even pushing it to a remote repo like a boss. Now it's time to take it up a notch. Say you want to work on a project as a team, or contribute to an open source project to suggest features or fix a bug. This is where pull requests come in. Pull requests allow you to propose a set of changes to potentially be merged into the main branch of a project. In this video, we'll go through a quick and simple example which you can follow along to make your very first pull request. What we'll be doing is adding a quote to a web page and creating a pull request to a repo that I currently have set up for it. So let's dive on in, shall we? To get started, open the repository you want to make a pull request for. You can copy the link from the description below. Next, you'll want to fork this repo to make a copy on your own GitHub account. Once that's done, we'll need to clone this repo to your own local machine where we can begin to work on it. For this, you can click on the code button, select HTTPS, and copy the URL as shown. Back on your own machine, open up the command prompt. On Windows, I highly recommend using git bash. Navigate to a folder of your choosing and then run git clone followed by the URL copied from the repo. Change directory into this newly cloned repo on your local machine. Now the stage is all set for us to begin our work. In the newly cloned repo, create a branch and switch to it. You can use the command git checkout-b dev or any other name you wish to give. Open up the repo in a text editor of your choice. Once there, create a new line right after the opening div with the class name of quote. You can copy the block quote and its inner elements and then paste it right below this line. Update it with a quote of your choice and cite the author. Optionally, if you wish, you can link your own GitHub profile. Finally, add the date that this quote is being added on. You can preview the changes made by opening up the index.html file in the browser to verify. Once you're happy with the updates, add and commit the changes. You can either add the changed file or add everything with git add dot. Finally, commit it with a message such as add quote and your GitHub username. So all the changes that you need to make locally are completed now. Now you need to push this back to your fork repo, which will generate the pull request needed. Make sure you're on the same branch you created earlier where the change was made and committed. Then push this to the fork repo with the command git push set upstream origin and then the name of the branch you created. Now when you open up the forked repo on GitHub, you can see that there's a compare and pull request notification appearing. What we'll need to do is click on the pull request tab up top. On the newly opened page, you'll see the same compare and pull request notification. Right below this, click on the new pull request button. Here you'll need to select the branch where you made the changes on the right hand side of the drop-down menus. This will show the committed changes you made and then push to the forked repo. The drop-downs on the left hand side is the repo and the branch you will be pushing it to. In this case, the original repo and the main branch. Now click on the create pull request button. Here you can edit the commit message you made and add a description if you would like. Once you're happy, simply click on the Create Pull Request button at the bottom. Some checks will run to see if there's any merge conflicts. If all goes well, you'll see a green check with the message, no conflicts with the base branch. And that's all there's to it. When this pull request is received, it'll show a notification in the same pull request tab on my side. Here there's options to look at the commit made as well as the file changes. Depending on what is needed, comments can be added, changes requested, or the pull request approved. In this case, I'll approve the quote and click on Submit Review. And then finally, click on the Merge Pull Request button. This will update the pull request on your end, which if successfully approved will show that your PR was successfully merged and closed out. If you want, at this point, you can delete either the branch you created or the entire fork. Congratulations on your very first pull request. The steps might seem daunting at first, but soon you'll be comfortable with this as working on your own local repo. With this newfound power, you're one step closer to realizing the potential of Git and GitHub to collaborate with others, as well as adding another skill to your tool belt. Thank you for coming along for the ride. If you found it useful, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel as we plot a course through this wonderful world of code and technology. Take it easy. Until the next time, goodbye.